first I want to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody. This is Mother's Day 2015. I'm going to be in my craft room most of the day. That's what my boys asked what I wanted to do, and that's what I asked to do. They're both sleeping. My older son's going to be making me dinner later. My younger son bought me flowers and chocolate-covered strawberries, so that will be my dessert tonight. I'm making cards for Operation Right Home, and I'll probably make up to 4 of this particular design, and I'll be using the Penny Black Pretty Petals stamp set. Gorgeous. You have to go onto their blog to see what their design team has done with this stamp set, but I have an idea in mind. I was kind of playing around with it a little bit last night, and I used my distress markers and came up with this. So we're going to go ahead and put this, not physically put the, oh, actually that would look kind of cute, wouldn't it? Do this on a card. This is, I believe it's Stampin' Up. I don't know. Sorry about that. And a piece of black paper, which is going to just be right behind this, because I like the contrast of the black stamps and the orange. And then I'm going to throw some green in there for, you know, make the leaves pop as well. Alright, so let's see. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and spray some Gumdrop Glimmer Mist on here and give it a little swirl. This is going to create a little bit of a background. And notice I have my craft mat down. Not that it matters, because the sheet of paper that I have over my my big craft mat is got paint and everything on it. So I don't know. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Okay, now I don't want to put too much. And I'm going to grab my heat gun for 1 second. And I'm going to dry this. I'm not going to dry it out, but I'm going to dry it real quick. Hang on. Okay, now in order to keep this down, I'm going to get my painter's tape out here. Last time I used this, it got all bunched up, so give me just a second. I should have had this ready so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me fix this. Forgot about that. Okay. Now I'm just getting enough to hold the paper down so that I can stamp on it. I'm going to get a wet wipe here as well. Clean off this ink. Or the spray, I should say. I have tape in my mouth. That's why I'm talking like this. Alright, let me dry this a little bit. I don't see my paper towels on my desk. Who knows? I don't know if this can stay down, but we'll try. Because my craft mat is wet. Yeah, that'll be good enough. Alright, let's do some stamping. Oh, how pretty that turned out. Okay. My goodness. I'm going to use this Poppy stamp set. And I'm going to be using my StazOn ink. And just a reminder, you want to keep that plastic so that it doesn't dry out. I forgot to do that on one of my StazOn inks, and it dried out. I was sad. I hardly ever used it too. Alright, so I'm going to put that right down there at the bottom. And I'm going to stamp. Now, I forgot to put my little stamp pad under here, so we'll see what happens. Oh, nice. Okay. It's moving all around the place there. Oh, and I have the thank you stamp as well, or it says thankful. The troops like to send thank you cards to people, so I try to make cards that they can send to their friends and family that says thank you or thankful or anything like that. I'm going to put that right up here. I'll have to go over that with my pen. You need to have a pad underneath. If you've never done that, you need to do that. Oh, anyway. Okay, so I'm going to start out with putting my ink pad away so I don't stick my thumb in it, because I tend to do that. I'm going to start out with some scattered straw, just to put a little bit of color in it from the beginning, because you have the green glimmer mist there, and you kind of want to cover that up. And notice I'm making a little bit of a pattern with my distress pen, because I want that to show on my flower. Give it a little bit of design and character with that. And then I'm going to come in with my spice marmalade, and I'm going to come in and do the edges. And my spice marmalade has seen better days. I tend to use this one a lot, I guess, because the tip is sort of frayed, but it's still going to work just fine. Alright, now while I'm at it, while this is still kind of wet, I'm going to use my water pen here and start doing some blending. That's what's so great about these distress pens. That's their intention. I guess you don't have to do this. You can just color with them regular. That's so pretty. Okay, go back with my spice marmalade. I'm just making sure I've got that big edge. And bring that color in as well. And then this one I'm going to go in the middle. And bring it out like this. I want to make sure I'm getting it right on the edge of that stamp so that I'm covering up that glimmer mist. Now I'm not sure if you can tell, and I'll bring the card up here a little bit closer in a minute, but the glimmer mist is shiny. Hence the reason why they call it glimmer. I just felt it needed a little bit of a background. Blue would have been just fine. Added a little bit more color to it. But I wanted to stick with just the greens and the oranges and the yellows. I do like watercoloring. I was thinking about that last night, how I haven't really painted anything in a super long time. And maybe I'll kind of put that on my crafting to-do list for the summer. The problem is, you know, you do projects like that or whatever, and then what do you do with them, you know? I'm certainly not an artist, so I couldn't sell them. But I don't know, I'll think about it. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the leaves. It's all for fun. I'm not going to shadow, watercolor, you know, do anything like that with those leaves. I do want to use some of my, this is Rusty Hinge, wrong end, and I want to come in and do the middles of these flowers. I'm waiting for this to fully dry so that I can use my pen and fix that. Let's put a little bit of it right in here too. Give this a little bit of character and color, and just blend that like so. Okay, that's good for that. Now let's see if my Sharpie is going to be able to fix my little ooey here. Yep, it's dry, so it's ready. Now just for me to have a steady enough hand to write on this and fix it. And then we're good to go. I'll just put the card together. Okay, there it is. Isn't that pretty? It's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get a little bit of, nope, adhesive tape will be good. My ATG. Now, if the watercolor paper had got too saturated, I would have waited a while for it to dry because the adhesive tape wouldn't have stuck on it then. My ATG's one's going to stamp. Oh, there we go. You know, because it's wet. So anytime you're putting something on watercolor paper that's wet, it's not going to work. I keep forgetting to change the blade of my paper trimmer, and it's not trimming things nicely. Oh, I fixed that, didn't I? All right, let's go ahead. Oh, I hit my lamp. Put my black layer on here. Yeah, this is a really fun card to make. You got to try it. If you haven't done it, any kind of watercoloring or distress coloring, anything like that, it's very fun. It's relaxing. And don't stress about it, you know. Just make your card or do your layout or whatever and have fun with it. Try to get that even there. Okay, now on the inside of this, for any of the Operation Write Home cards, you have to put a white layer in. So I will do that off camera. I don't need to show you guys how to do that. But that's my thankful card. Get that sent off here in another couple of days. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much.